Whatty Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's hashtag anime nerdigan review is going to be for Berserk 2017, episode 5, aka episode 17, titled Spirit Realm. And I'm really sorry that this is uploaded later than usual. Usually I would have this recorded and uploaded earlier in the day, but I was doing some stuff with my fam and also watching the NFL draft. So yeah, sorry this is uploaded / recorded later than usual. Also, next week I will be flying to New Jersey, so the review is going to be also recorded / uploaded later than usual next week as well. Just wanted to give you the heads up. Anyway, before I get to the review, let me just briefly go over how I do my anime nerdigan reviews, because they're just a little bit different than your average anime tuber. So basically, while I'm watching the episode of the anime, I have the manga chapter right in front of me, the corresponding manga chapter, of course, because this is supposed to be a manga to anime adaptation. And the bar for Berserk has been raised for me, because this season has been, for the most part, really good. But the last episode and maybe like episode 2 have kind of pissed me off a little bit, because with the last episode, it felt like the comedy was being drained from it. I mean, yes, we did have some comedic scenes, but yeah, some of it was skipped for the most part. But anyway, if the anime skips some stuff from that's in the manga, I'm gonna call that shit out. Again, the bar is raised for this anime. The only thing I'm not in, but yes, facial expressions are included. I don't know why anime is fucking up on facial expressions, but they are. The only thing I won't call out too much are word changes, with the exception if, like, the context of the dialogue of the anime is different from what the manga intended. Anyway, let's get to this. So, this episode starts off at chapter 201, and yeah, they already cut off the first line. They skipped the first line, which was, "You've been waiting." They skipped, "You've been waiting." Yeah, I know. Little things, nerdigans, little things. This part was also basically skipped from Granny's dialogue. I don't know why anime keeps doing this. It's like, when they're skipping dialogue for manga to anime adaptations that I've covered, it's like they'll either cut it so they'll just cut it in random spots. Like we've gotten for so far, the beginnings have been cut in certain spots, and also in the middle, like in this situation. And this is what was skipped. I am anxious about them too, but I love the animation of the trolls. And something else that I thought was interesting was in the manga when, you know, Guts is having his inner monologue, which, thank you for bringing the inner monologues back, because I was worried about that last week. When he's talking, when he says she knows about the brand, could she be an apostle? It's supposed to be a close-up of the face, but instead we got the brand. You know, we're getting the back view of the brand, but that's not supposed to be until it aches faintly, but something's different, which is, you know, the no but this feeling, which goes to Granny's face. That's there, but I just kind of thought that was weird that it didn't go to his face. The shot didn't go to his face and just went straight to the mark. I'm just curious if you nerdigans were bothered by that, or you thought that was, if you guys thought it was better. Please tell me in the comment section, because I want it to be like the manga. I really do. But so far, like, up to this point, last week we had problems, but we're doing pretty good right now. And as the boy says was skipped, and also what was the other thing? After the what this part was skipped. If looks could kill, but I'm glad that, you know, we're getting the comedy still. I'm glad that the comedy is here this episode. And this part, like, was skipped too, but hey now, you chicken twerp, I am not. How vulgar. But yeah, that part was skipped, and it's like, I thought the comedy was there. Berserk anime, you're better than this. So, in the anime, they're calling it award, but it's not award, it's a talisman. Like, come on, damn it, you were doing so well, Berserk anime. Like, what the fuck? I love that we have Puck's face. Puck is so adorable right now. Oh my god, he's so cute. I love Puck right now. He's just awesome. And this part was skipped after, so that's what the brand does. No wonder they swarm every night, was skipped. And also, have you been on this journey with them, not even knowing that? Yeah, is that foolish or daring? So that's why I knew why. Like, why was that skipped? But like something that's been bothering me, and I don't know, I don't know if it's bothering you guys as much as it is me, but like it's the shots where like Guts is speaking, we don't have a shot of the face as he's speaking, and that kind of is annoying me a little bit. But the inner monologue though of when Guts says I'll protect against that, that was beautifully done. So I just don't understand why, and a lot of, and the reason why I'm kind of getting annoyed by it, and yes, I'm gonna be nitpicky here because I really love the Berserk anime is doing, but it's just it could be better if it was doing what it did in episode one, which was when it was actually following it panel for panel, like the fate were like the positioning of the face and everything. I kind of wish that was there. Like I really wanted to see Guts' shocked facial expression when he says you can do that. Like I wish that was there. I don't know if it's just bothering me, but um, like it's very inconsistent. I should just say it's very inconsistent. The shots are inconsistent to what the manga shows for the panels. They have sometimes it's like spot on, but like it feels like every other shot is just not spot on to what the manga um, uh, or what the image of the panel is of the manga. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to like explain it the best I can, but and then Berserk decides to cut the comedy. And if you were watching my live reaction for today's or this month's Berserk chapter, which came out today, something that I said was I have a feeling that they're just if they do adapt this for the newest chapter, chapter 349 of Berserk, they're just going to cut out the campfire stuff and show the Casca stuff. I just have that feeling they're going to do that. And that would really be sad because just the way the story is laid out is really, really good. But again, the comedy is skipped, which is right here. Yeah, leave it to us. There's something I owe those things. I'm talking revenge. Well, try not to get in the way, little witch apprentice. Someone holds a grudge. That's baiting. And then instead of like showing, and then like when we get to the now that prepare the evening meal, Sharik, like it just goes to the shot of the house, which I don't understand. I thought that was kind of weird. And this part is completely cut as well, or skipped, which is wait a minute. If you know about the brand, you should also know that we no need to worry. And this is when it should have went to the shot of the mansion. Also, this was skipped as well. Before that was Sharik 2 has various preparations to make. That was skipped. But I really wish they would have shown the shot of the house after Guts mentioned, wait a minute, if you know about the brand, you should also know that I really wish that was really wish the shot would have been done that way. Like, it kind of bothered me how the shot was done there. But I do want to mention this, because I really like that transition shot from, to when Guts ultimately decides that he's going to accept. It was so perfect. And that's why I get frustrated when the shots aren't, like, done right, because it's like you can do it, Berserk anime. You just showed me you can. So don't give me this bullshit. And also, you may rest easy was skipped too. But I will say this: the shot of the house is beautiful, and then it like transitions perfectly to the munchies, and I was just like, Isadora's munchies. Like, oh, it's like you can do this, anime. Like that's why I'm giving this. I know I'm gonna get thumbs downs for being so critical, but like. That's why I'm being critical on when it's not doing it panel for panel like it should, because it can. It's bullshit that it's being very bipolar on it. Then the shot was done perfectly, and this is what I wanted earlier in the episode when, Guts was saying, "Old lady," back to what we were talking about. You said you were waiting for us. What's that supposed to mean? Like, I know it's not the exact dialogue because I'm reading it from the manga, but I'm talking about dialogue from the anime. I'm reading it from the manga. This is the dialogue from the manga, but like how it transitioned from Guts speaking to like going to turning around to the brand, even though it skipped the line. How do you know about the brand? That's what I wanted earlier. Like, ugh, it's being bipolar and it's just driving me nuts. But like, this is what I mean when I know that this anime can be better, and it's definitely better than last year. I could tell you that much. Our ethereal bodies ghost was skipped, but I mean, whatever. Like, we're just gonna be I've been dealing with this for like all the animes that I've been watching. There's going to be skipped lines. There are. Just except in My Hero Academia. And maybe Natsumi Jinchou Roku, even though there was some this last week, and that kind of pissed me off. I'm spoiled by My Hero Academia, damn it. Alright, the explanation is being done very, very well about the ethereal beings. Even though, let me just double check and make sure I'm right about this before I say this. The facial expressions on Shirika and Isidoro were so fucking perfect. I love it. And then when we get to the elves too, I will say that. I fucking love it. This anime, I think, has learned its lesson about facial expressions. And fucking the elves, like when it like, transitions to the elves, and they're talking about the elves and the trolls about being inhabitants of the astral world. The shot is so cute. I love this shot. It is just so perfect. It really is. I love when Puck's teaching Barnes. And even freaking Casca, like, taking the food from the elves was just so perfect. Oh my god, this episode is making me so happy right now. And, this was, and we even had Savor the Taste. It was so funny. But I really wish Simpico would have said, please do not tease her. I wish that would have been said instead of what was said in there. Do not touch her. I would have rather had the tease. But, oh, this episode makes me happy. See, this is what I mean when, and this is why I criticize Berserk harshly compared to some of the other animes I cover, is because the bar is raised for me for Berserk because it can be a really, really good manga and anime adaptation. It really can. It just is bipolar about it. Sometimes it really wants to be a good manga to anime adaptation, and sometimes it just doesn't, and it's really annoying. Berserk, you need to make up your mind. Guts said this wrong. In the anime, he said, your so-called homeland had better be safe. In the manga, it's supposed to be it was supposed to be a question. In the anime, they made it a statement. So I'm going to be pissy on this. You're sure we'll be okay in your homeland? Don't tell me it's the afterlife. That's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a goddamn question. And I hate when anime does that. And also, Puck isn't supposed to be on Lady Farnez's face when he's saying the no prob, no prob. He's supposed to be back in the bowl back in the little bowl facing Guts. So, yeah. Ugh, you're doing this wrong, anime, I swear. This is annoying. And then this was just entirely skipped. Again, more comedy was skipped. Then, hey, all everyone has to do is stop believing in weird stuff. Then even the trolls will be gone just like that. Don't say such mean things. That's just weird. All right. Like, this is like the things that I can't stand that are cut out. It's like the little comedic things like this. It's draining the comedy and the life of this anime, to me, anyway. Things are not that simple. There's a thing called the subconscious that humans cannot themselves control. Fine, never mind. And then the banner says, Cogito ergo sum. Look, I believe in elves. Why can't I see elves? I want a Puck. Where's my Puck? This isn't fair. The explanation of the different layers of the astral realm was so perfect. The dialogue for it, the scenery for it, the transitions to it was so beautiful. This is when I love Berserk because it feels like this manga is coming to life, and that's what I want, and I fucking love it. The spiritual realm looks so beautifully animated. Thank you, Berserk anime. You could have really fucked this up. And hell, even like with Guts' face, like, darkened when about the angels and demons and shit. Like, holy shit, like that was so fucking perfect. This is what I mean by holding Berserk to a higher standard than say some of the other anime I cover. And then we're going into chapter 202, but the rest of 201 was so perfect. Oh my god, if we get this every episode of Berserk, that will make me so happy. Like, just the first part of the chapter that was adapted, I just didn't like the angles and just the camera angles, like on the Guts face and whatnot. It just was wrong, but like it like automatically fixed itself, and it was just so perfect. Except for that little thing with Puck being on the placement. Puck wasn't supposed to be on Lady Farness's base. He was supposed to be back in the bowl with the other elf. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. And yes, we did lose a little bit of some of the comedy, but for the most part, like, this chapter was really nice. The explanations were done really well. I was very, very happy with this chapter. So now we're going into chapter 202's adaptation. Which I gotta say, the transition into the next scene from chapter 200 that's at the start of chapter 202 is really, really beautiful. The anime got me to laugh. It got me to laugh. Besides the Puck stuff, when he got fucking caught trying to get into the girl's bath, and Sharik is whacking him. This chapter is so perfect. I fucking love this. This episode is just, oh my god, this episode makes me so happy. Oh my fucking god, I love that we're seeing her whack his bare ass. This shit is nice. And like, Puck is just so freaking adorable. I love his little face. I need a Puck plushie. I swear to god, that is one plushie I have to get, is a Puck plushie. But this part was skipped. Let's hang him here till morning was skipped. Gut saying, do you know what this is, was skipped. But I gotta say, the camera shots and everything, the frames are matching panel for panel, and it is so nice. Where was this at the beginning of the episode? Why weren't we matching panel for panel at the beginning of this episode of Berserk? Yes, I know it was skipped, which kind of you were doing so well, Berserk anime. Like, are you just trying to figure out how to piss me off? It's either skipping dialogue or fucking up on angles or positioning or something. You just want to push my buttons, don't you? This part was skipped, which was the brand, they carved that into you, and then it's supposed to go into revenge then. Like, it's getting annoying when I hate anime is starting to really piss me off sometimes, I swear to god. And it must be that Malice was skipped, but I gotta say, I feel like, minus the dialogue being skipped or whatever, the way 202 is being adapted, it really feels like the chapter is coming alive. It really is. And I don't think I felt that way since the first episode of this anime. I really feel like the chapter is coming alive. And it felt like for most of chapter 201 the same way. But yeah, this is the first time, I think, since episode 1 where I feel like the chapter is coming alive. And I don't know if you nerdigans feel that way or not, but this is by far, episode 1 is definitely my favorite episode of this season. Because it's probably nothing, unless it is like word for word, or if there's like no dialogue skipped, and it is just like matching everything perfectly. Nothing's gonna top episode 1 in my book, but this is up there. I really, really like this episode. It feels like it's coming alive. The spirit, like when it was showing the spiritual realm, and hell, even in the scene, even though it must be that Malice that was skipped, but the rest of it, like where you see, like, you know, his Guts' hatred and all that shit, like I feel like that's what is exactly in the manga, and it feels like it's coming alive, and it's really, really, really nice. And we were doing so well too, but the rest of this freaking dialogue and before, unfortunately, I can't help you, this part was skipped, and we didn't get the angle of we didn't get to the shot of Granny's face with the trees, the dark trees and the stars behind her, which would have been nice. And this was what was skipped. Just like treading across thin ice, it is a difficult and dangerous expedition. And then it's supposed to go to a shot of Guts with like these branches like up behind him. I think it's from the window. But yeah, it says in the anime, unfortunately, I can't help you, but it's supposed to be, unfortunately, I can't meet your expectations. But whatever, it's the same thing. Then it says something like, then you don't feel like teaching me or something like that. And it's like, no! God says in the manga, you mean you don't feel like telling me? Like, come on. This part of the explanation about the Behold really got fucked up. So this and this is it got skipped after, really fucked up after That's the Way It Is, which was, if this Behold or Beheld, fuck, I keep butchering the name. Belit indeed belongs to you, even if you were to discard it. When the time comes, it shall find you. If it is not yours, then in spite of your will, it shall at some point leave your hand. And it is certain to be at the very moment that the owner craves their power. And then it goes into in any case, it is beyond human will. God only knows, huh? I can't stand that. Hold on a second. Let me just check my notes to make sure this. And this part is completely skipped too. Even if to you this is a beacon for revenge, I fervently wish that it leave your hand. Well, I don't plan to do anything with it just yet. And oh yeah, you knew I'd be passing through, but who? And then Puck is supposed to come in and take the Betchy, as he calls it. That's when he's supposed to come in. So, and this is when I get mad at the anime, especially Berserk, because this is kind of important content, don't you think? Renai Boken's been doing this a lot too, where it's just cutting out like really important content, which I just don't understand why. Like, Berserk, I'm surprised by you. Usually you don't cut out important content like that, but it's first time for everything, right? Puck calls it Betty in the anime. It's not supposed to be Betty, it's supposed to be Betchy. But like the stuff with the God Hand, oh man, that was really good. At least we got the God Hand stuff. That was kind of important. I'm glad that wasn't skipped. I wish that You Got It was there, but I really liked what he said in the anime that Guts said that one day I'll punch them in the face. I like that more. I really like the way the anime had it in the dialogue. I thought that was good. Oh, but it was skipped that Guts was gonna go take a bath because he could use one and shit. Oh, and this was totally skipped too. I'm gonna bath Betchy too. It's gonna cook like an egg. Why was that skipped? Like the little comedic stuff like that, because Puck is my favorite character in this manga. He's my favorite character. I love Puck, and I love his shenanigans, and I want his shenanigans animated, damn it. Is that too much to ask? And this part was skipped from Shariq's dialogue, which was, when I went to Midland by your command to confirm the fulfillment of the revelation. That was skipped. But the explanation of Griffith, of her report about Griffith and everything, that was all there. And the animation to the transition of it was beautiful, and it felt like it was coming alive off the pages of the manga. When Granny says, but does that knowledge itself sometimes render us blind? Or that was supposed to be a question when she was, or fuck. Actually, I should say that was skipped. But does not that knowledge itself sometimes render us blind? That was skipped in the anime. But it was going like, oh, why are you so bipolar? It's just, ugh. You do so well, anime, and then you just don't. Then you decide to be a bipolar bitch. The rest of chapter 202 was adapted beautifully. I'm very, very happy. Like the conversation that Flora, aka Granny, had with Shariq, even though she didn't get to identify herself as Flora, which she was supposed to last episode and this episode. But oh well. But that conversation was really done nicely. I really loved seeing the talisman. This is when I say that it feels like the manga's coming to life, is when we get to see things like the talisman being done right. But we didn't get the little elf comedy, but even though the facial expressions were done right, which was this was skipped. Wolfsbane, want to see if it works on elves or not? That was skipped. I was really hoping that we were gonna see magic fetishes, because that's what they are. They're in the manga. They're called magic fetishes. Why aren't you calling them magic fetishes, anime? It's missing. Even without spell casting was completely skipped. But I'm gonna read the fetish line just because. Magic fetishes. They are magic arms granted the protection of the spirits. And yeah, and after to confront the trolls, even without spell casting, was skipped. The sylphs are so beautiful. The wind elementals look so beautiful animated. Again, it feels like it's coming to life. But this part was skipped right here. Wow, what are these tiny guys? It's true. That part was skipped, but the wind elementals look so beautiful animated. It makes me happy. My pug says when he says, I'm gonna read the manga quote here because it was for the most part in the anime. You mean I'm a wind spirit? I can't believe the shocking truth. I'm not a chestnut. I'm the same thing as him. I think that part was skit. I'm the same thing as him, but skit. But oh my god, like when it was so perfect. That scene is so perfect. It was so. This is why I give Berserk a hard time, because we have these great moments like this where it is so perfect, and Berserk can do this, and it doesn't, and it frustrates me. Yes, I have a love-hate relationship with Berserk. This part was skipped too. Might I give it a try? Please. Kind of weak, huh? You making fun of my family? That was quick. Now, Serpy, witness well the power of my brethren. That was skipped. I wish it was there. That, like... this anime is so bipolar on the elf comedy. It annoys me, but, oh man, it was really, really, really nice otherwise. Oh my gosh. Don't I get? It was supposed to be. Don't I get a sword or spear too? Question mark, not a statement. And also, we have no. Sharik was supposed to say we have no arms for children to use here. Yeah, that was kind of skipped. But the salamanders are so nicely animated. Oh my god, they are so nice. It makes me happy. Oh, it feels, again, I'm gonna say it feels like the manga is coming to life, and that's what anime is supposed to be. This is also skipped as well. Fire's dangerous, go with wind, it's cooler. Of course, from Puck, aka the Peanut Gallery. Oh, this was skipped too. You mustn't give him that. The world will burn in a sea of fire. He's the dangerous type to get his hands on things, so I say, but Lady Farnese is even worse. That was skipped. This was skipped. I expect the very best from you, my elite soldiers. Yeah, let's do this, fire things. Zeppico was supposed to say, I hope we can all work well together, but meh. He said his dialogue was cut short, but whatever. Despite it being winter, it feels warm was skipped. And also your vine burns was skipped. This part was completely skipped with Puck flying into the tree, and he says, those sparkles again. The elemental, and then Flora says, the elementals are seeing you off. Oh, okay. Like, I wish we would have gotten to see that, because, like, most of this chapter has been adapted. Fuck, I'm gonna say most of this episode has been adapted really, really nicely, and it just sucks that some of the shit is being skipped like this. This part was skipped, but other than that, this part was perfect, especially with the Skull Knight. Really, with both children, a touch of uncertainty though, but that was the only thing skipped, but the rest of it was so perfect. I hope we get more episodes like this. This is getting closer and closer to what episode 1 was, and it is getting me so hyped. I fucking love this anime. I'm getting hyped to watch Berserk every week, and I don't know if you Nerdicans have started to do that as well, but I definitely am, because last year when I tried to do reviews of this, like, I watched one episode and I'm like, I do not want to review this shit. I can't do it. I will torture myself watching this, but I can't. I feel so good watching this anime. This anime makes me happy, even though there's, a few things skipped here and there, but it feels like the manga's coming to life, and it's like, well, My Hero Academia does it a little bit better, but we're getting somewhere with Berserk. Baby steps, as I like to say, as one of my friends likes to say, baby steps. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this anime, like what you think of how it is. Like, are you guys getting sick of it being a little bit bipolar on certain things like I am, or do you really like the direction this anime is going? I'm starting to like the direction we're going in with this anime. And yes, we're adapting like 3 chapters, but for the most part, yes, we skip a few things here and there, but like minus that one thing of that important detail that was skipped. I mean, I don't have like, it just feels like the manga's coming to life. It feels really good, and I haven't felt that way. The only other animes I feel that way with are My Hero Academia and Natsumi Yujinchu Roku. Those are the only 2 other ones I feel that way about. And I'm starting to feel Berserk. If I'm feeling Berserk in that way, that is a good thing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter, follow my Twitch channel, and friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!